Hello students, today we are going to start a new session and that is Computer Fundamental. In this session we are going to learn the basic organization of a computer. A computer system has three important parts and that are input unit, CPU and output unit for performing different functions. Input unit, as we have discussed earlier, the input unit is formed by attaching one or more input device to a computer. A user input data and instructions through input devices like keyboard or mouse. Our second is CPU. It is the main unit of a computer. It controls all internal and external devices of a computer and it also performs arithmetic and logical operations. Now the output unit. The output unit is formed by attaching the output devices to the computer. The output unit of a computer accepts the information from the CPU and display it in a user readable form. Now we will compare input processing and output devices with a part of human body. First, input unit. Input is given through input devices, as you people know, like keyboard or the mouse. If we'll talk about in human body, input is received through your eyes, nose, ears or mouth. Second is memory unit. The data and instructions are stored where? In memory unit. If we'll compare with human being, brain is used for storage purpose. Now the next is ALU. Arithmetic and logical operations on data are performed by ALU. And in human, arithmetic and logical operations on data are performed by the brain. Now, the control unit. CU. Control the functions of all components of computer. And in human, brain control the functions of a body. The last is output unit. After processing, the output is displayed on the monitor. Output is in the form of soft copy or hard copy. In human, output is in the form of voice and action. Now we will discuss about CPU and its component. As we know, CPU is the brain of computer and the speed of a CPU is determined by the number of instructions it executes per second and it is measured in megahertz. There are mainly three components of CPU and they are memory unit, arithmetic and logical unit and last is control unit. Discuss these components one by one. First, memory unit. Memory unit stores both data and instructions. The data and instructions can be stored permanently in this unit so that they are available whenever required. It linked with other part of computer and send them the data when needed. Now, memory unit is classified into two categories and they are internal memory and external memory. Now we will discuss about internal memory and external memory. Internal memory. Every computer has certain amount of memory, usually referred to as main memory. Internal memory is also known as primary memory. It's a memory where data is stored temporarily. It has limited storage capacity and it's expensive too. Its examples are RAM and ROM. Now the external memory. External memory is also known as auxiliary memory. Whenever required, the data for processing get transferred from the auxiliary memory to primary memory. Its speed is slow than internal memory And the example of external memory are pen drive and DVD. Now we will discuss about RAM and ROM. RAM and ROM. RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory, and it's a type of internal memory that can be accessed randomly. Whatever information we enter into the computer, it gets into RAM. The data in RAM is lost forever when the computer is switched off. ROM. It's a read-only memory. It's a memory from which information can only be read. It's a non-volatile memory as it stores information permanently. The primary use of ROM is during booting process. Next topic is types of RAM. There are 4 types of RAM. First, DRAM, that is Dynamic Random Access Memory. Second is SRAM, and that is Static Random Access Memory. Third is SDRAM, and that is Synchronous Dynamic Random Access Memory. Fourth is DDR, and that is Double Data Rate Memory. Now we'll discuss all these RAM one by one. DRAM. It stores data temporarily as the data is lost when the power supply is suspended. It needed to refresh periodically in order to retain data. Second is SRAM. It is faster and more expensive than DRAM. It does not need to be refreshed. DRAM to retain information. It loses data when the power is turned off. Now, SDRAM, that is Synchronous Dynamic Random Access Memory. It uses synchronous interface to transmit large amount of data at a high speed. Last RAM is DDR. It is majorly used in Intel Pentium 4 system. It requires less power and has a speed which is double than that of SDRAM. Now the types of ROM. First is PROM, that is Programmable Read Only Memory. Second is EPROM, that is Erasable Programmable Read Only Memory. Third is EEPROM, and that is Electronically Erasable Programmable Read Only Memory. Then is flash memory, and last is mass memory. Now we will discuss these ROM one by one. First, PROM. We call it as OTP also, that is one time programmable, which means it can program only once at the time of manufacturing and it cannot be modified later. Second is EPROM. This ROM can be erased and reprogrammed repeatedly with the help of specialized software. The content of the chip can be erased by exposing it to the ultraviolet rays. The consent erasing and rewriting will render the chip useless. Now the third one is EEPROM. The content in chip can be erased and reprogrammed in block instead of one byte at a time. In this, we can erase the particular data byte by byte instead of erasing it completely. Now the fourth one is flash memory. It maintains the stored information even without a power source. The content can be erased into a big section, making it faster. Flash drive being durable. Last is mask memory. It's a memory whose content are programmed during manufacturing. It is used in computer system and require long-term sustainability. Now if we'll talk about cache memory. It's a special high-speed memory which can be either inserted on the motherboard or made a part of CPU. The CPU uses it to store the instructions that are repeatedly required to run a program. Here are some units of memory. A computer stores and processes data or information in the form of binary number. The smallest unit of memory is bit, and binary digits are 0 and 1. Here are some units given below. First is nibble. It's a group of 4 bits. Then byte. It's a group of 8 bits. Kilobyte. 1 kilobyte equals to 1024 byte. Then megabyte. 1 megabyte equals to 1024 kilobyte. Gigabyte. 1 gigabyte equals to 1024 megabyte. Terabyte. 1 terabyte equals to 1024 gigabyte. And the largest is petabyte. 1 petabyte equals to 1024 terabyte. Now, the second component of CPU is arithmetic and logical unit. It is a component of CPU which perform arithmetic and logical operation on the operands. The arithmetic operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. The logical operations are greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to. The data and the operands act as a input for ALU and it generates the output as a result of computation. Our last component of CPU is control unit. This controls the operation of every other components of computer system. It also controls the transfer of data and instructions among various units of computer. In order to execute the instructions, the component of computer receives signals from control unit.